Guys, welcome back to the Ahn Rho Project. This is the self-therapeutic psychiatric multimedia project for me to solve the problems, challenges, obstacles in my life, as well as a self-improvement process for me to reach the heights, goals, and ambitions I've set for myself and those around me. So, welcome back. This is the second of two live streams today, 15 minutes each, separated by 10-minute gap, back-to-back live streams, following from a sub-series TKS version 6, standing for Task Kill Spree. Now, there's a little bit of a revision. I did say that the Task Kill Spree sub-series is focused heavily on just getting as much done. It's exactly in the title. It's a figurative kill spree, running through a whole bunch of different tasks as fast as possible. And quite frankly, like I said, it's a fusion of many different previous sub-series, from BDMP basics of survival to aftermath, 4 months of hell. 1000 Days Till Death, or 1KD, pretty self-explanatory. But this live stream and this earlier live stream in the morning that I've had have been focused primarily on, I guess, a complete, it's just been stepping back. So I'm not exactly sure whether this is part of the TKS sub-series or not. All I know is that I need to get this done, and maybe perhaps I need to revise what it is I'm working with right now. I suppose it's focusing on priorities, and this may be the first time I've been able to, for the past 2.5 years, been able to so clearly so clearly do what I know is of highest priority. And actually, this is not the highest priority, but it's significantly better than the prioritization that I've had for, most of my life. And that was deeply rooted into my own insecurities from a very long duration of my life, which I haven't lived that long. So it's very freeing to know that I've sort of managed to free myself from these insecurities and personal challenges, which again, the Ahn Rho Project itself, broken down to sub-series, domains of life, and analogies, is focused specifically on self-therapy and improving myself by resolving all the personal problems that I have within me, emotional baggage, all that kind of junk, so that I can focus on more important things like business, employment, relationships, taking care of my health properly, and doing something of purpose and meaning for society as well as for my own fulfillment. So with that being said, the most important thing that I need to do right now is actually clear, as you see in the title, about 250 photographs 250 photographs on my phone, and you see some of them right here on the left hand side. Again, what you see is what you get. It's very straightforward. There's no clickbait. I'm just real honest and genuine about what I do, and I have about 250 photographs taking up approximately about 1 GB to 2 GB worth of space on my phone, and that's prevented me from doing further live streams because that's self-explanatory. But I'm going to run through them, and we're going to talk about the content about it. So I'm going to be doing some commentary. Why don't I switch things up here so that you can see a little bit of stuff. It's a lot of just me running through the purchasing decisions, the mindset behind purchasing some of these items, some groceries, some foods, that kind of stuff. It's not particularly exciting stuff, but it's definitely something that I found to be very soothing and helps me get rid of the sort of perfectionist and part kind of like borderline OCD that I've had for a very long time. Just too focused on the nitty-gritty details, too focused on the more important, bigger picture. That's one of my main challenges, and I don't know if that's relatable to some of you, but that's definitely one of my big problems. So why don't we get started with, I think about 50 photographs. I'm not going to run through 250 of them on stream, obviously. It won't fit. It's only about, it's only going to be about a 14-minute stream. But let's get started with maybe about 50 photographs. So you have some masks here, and the backstory here for these masks, aside from the whole COVID-19 pandemic, has to do with, there's a lot of storytelling on my streams. That's what makes things interesting, right? I'm sharing with you my stories, and I'm expressing my gratitude for a lot of the organizations and people in my life when I used to have none. And so what we have here are these masks that come from a workplace, and I'm very blessed and fortunate, and I know that part of it is because I worked hard to look for a company that had good values. And so I'm working for a company that manufactures PPE. This was actually about 3.5 years ago, and I'm still working with them to this day because they're very family oriented. So it was only by chance that COVID-19 showed up and this happened. But it also helps I kind of anticipated this because, again, I work, even my degree in university was in biomedical science. So those are the masks here. Again, I call them class 4 items. Class 4 is standing for things that I received from my workplace, gifts from my friends, gifts from fellow colleagues, and so on and so forth. Just expressing gratitude, thank you to these people who, again, have given me a source of income during the pandemic as well. Now we have some mail here, and these things, like the photographs of the masks and this mail here is like at least about 6 months ago. So the fact that it's on my phone, like I said, I have to get rid of it. What you see is some lottery mail. So think of Princess Margaret lottery. I know that one of my guardians really likes to do that kind of stuff with the sweepstakes draws, and he doesn't feel too bad about it, even though he's spending a lot of money. And I don't recommend that kind of stuff at all. I tell him it's not a good idea, but he does his thing. I guess the main thing for him, he doesn't look at it a loss because obviously it's a charity organization. So when I say Princess Margaret, cancer research. So the money, if he doesn't actually win, just goes to donation. So we have that, and then we have also this, and I was roaming around about at that same time, the same time that I had the photo of the masks and the mail, which, by the way, I forgot to speak. There was another mail on the side. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's my own mail. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. Just get rid of the photograph. Okay, so we had, I was at the same time while roaming through the grocery store, taking some photographs of this, and I probably should not be. I'm going to be totally honest with you. This is probably, I don't know, confidential stuff. It's not confidential. If it was, then you couldn't roam around the aisles in your grocery store like Metro or Price Choppers. You wouldn't be able to see this if it was confidential. But definitely this is for the employees. And I was at the time very interested in just potentially pursuing a new experience working with merchandising. And so you can see all the UPC codes and, facing forward and how many stacks of how high. And once again, I have a real knack for these nitty-gritty details. And I said, merchandising is a job that I wanted to try out a little bit more detail in. There was a time that back then, again, some storytelling, before I joined the company right now, which actually I found through the agency, the staffing agency, I had jumped between 18 different clients with my staffing agency, just doing all a variety of different jobs from odd jobs in moving and logistics and packing, assembly work, and even a little bit of merchandising and office work. So with that being said, I just wanted to get a little bit more experience. It was only for about 2-3 weeks or something like that, and I wanted to experience it a little more. And that's why I had that photograph. Needless to say, I put that away, and we really don't need that photograph. What I'm showing now is a gift from Christmas. Once again, I've already covered this one actually in a previous live stream. You see Tofifi, it's a hazelnut nougat kind of caramel candy, and I received it from my landlord. So once again, just expressing gratitude and everything and this is what it looks like on the inside, of course. But mainly, the most important thing is that I was not supposed to eat this, and that's why I have these photographs. You see, actually, right on the top right-hand side, you see my hand? Hey, so right there at the very, it's like, why don't I get up and move about so you can see it's actually right there. If I remove the photograph, you can see it's right here. So I was not supposed to eat it, but I actually was late for getting my groceries and everything, and I ended up binge eating on this when I should not have. So you can see the nutritional facts. It's obviously not very healthy. One piece has 4 grams of sugar. That's nuts. Once again, it's a Christmas gift and from the landlord. So yeah, there you go. And there's the brand and everything, and so now I can get rid of this one as well. Okay, so next, what's next? We've got spaghetti. So, okay, this is a nice close-up shot. I like this. It's very close, and this is one of those things you could actually show on, like I said, if you go to all recipes or, I don't know, Yelp and post a photograph, even on Google Maps. But this is home cooked, so obviously I can't do this on Google Maps. I'm not exactly reviewing anything here. These are noodles that I call depth food, hence why you see in the titles what you get. Depth food meaning it's a class 2 item, unlike the mask. Class 2 versus class 4. Class 2 for my guardians, and a lot of domestic household issues with that. Very broken fundamental, like we're not a family at all, or at least haven't been until very recently when I was able to resolve that issue in about 4 months ago, when I tried to essentially save her life. But anyways, the point is, I don't feel comfortable eating their food, and that's just on me. That's not their problem. That's my problem, because I mean, if they damaged me and they broke me in half, well, then how can they heal me? That means that they have their own personal issues that resulted in them hurting their own kin, and I can't really fault them, because for whatever reasons that they're hurt, and I already know what they are. They had it far worse than I did, and it means that someone else in life broke them first before they broke me. So that's that. So we have all this spaghetti and meatballs that honestly is great food, and it looks great on the close-up, but I just felt so uncomfortable eating because I couldn't bear. I have one of these major insecurities with eating food that comes from them. So class 2 items I tend to try to stay away from. But anyways, you see it is home cooked food. It is tomato paste with mushrooms and meatballs, and it's very nice and healthy, and too bad that I don't feel comfortable eating this kind of stuff. But there we go. So it's very nice. It is a nice photograph. This is nice food, and I'm just gonna get rid of them in saran wrap here as well. Okay, the last one of spaghetti, and then we can move on to the next item. By the way, this is what it was in the morning. I ate this about 2 days ago. You can see the bread at the very top. Okay, so now we can move on to some photographs today. So we have a bunch of bakeries of class 2 items once again, things I'm not supposed to use. We have these cabbage pork buns from T&T Supermarket. If you're familiar, it's a Chinese grocery store. And we have these Chinese New Year's coming up, so we have a lot of these durian, not a lot of durian, but a lot of these cakes here, New Year's cakes in Chinese. So baked rice cakes, and I do have the tin off, I believe, on one of these photographs, but I've passed it already. Then we have all these other bakery items like steamed buns, again a favorite of mine, but I'm not supposed to eat these, and I haven't so far, which is good. But I'm pretty sure that the thing is, again, I also have stress binge eating problems. I know that I'm a big mess of problems. This is what happens when you don't grow up in a healthy family dynamic. In fact, you grow up in a very destructive, self-destructive, self-sabotage, manipulation, lies, screaming, deceit, and beatings, and threats to disown each other, and so on and so forth. Divorce, that's what happens. And again, all this good food here that I just it's like food porn. I'm just showing you Portuguese egg tarts, milk tarts, steam buns, and once again, just me not feeling comfortable with all this jazz. Here we have the oatmeal, by the way. I actually mixed a durian rice cake with some bread. The bread is my own. It's a class 1 item. So class 1, class 2, class 4. Class 1 items are things that I purchased myself. So you see the chia seed bread. It's like bread pudding. I microwaved it with water alongside with the durian cake, and that's why it looks like that. And that's what I decided to eat for breakfast this morning, because I didn't buy any oatmeal. So I was supposed to, though. I think that's about it. No, there's still more. I'm trying to get rid of them all, honestly. Again, look, 1, 2, 3 items of class 2 items. I really should not be eating any of these bakery items. They cause me so many insecurities. Here you can see that it's 800 grams, and clearly it is Chinese supermarket stuff. And then, of course, here you see also me with the supplements and the knife and stuff like that. So the supplements are my own stuff. Oh, here we go. A wide aerial photo so you can see everything. Last but not least, alright, we have some photographs of me and my arm being hurt. I went to work today and got myself cut with my box cutter utility knife. So we have these adhesive bandages. In fact, I can show my arm right here, right now, on the side corner. So with that being said, we finished all the photographs, and I gotta end it now because I have literally 15 seconds to end this live stream before it becomes too long. So thank you for tuning in. This is Ahn Rho signing out. Thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow morning. Ciao.